in the search of some other area of interest, you can come across things that provide you further light knowledge, and that uplifts you, that brings you closer to God, that strengthens your faith. So it really irritates me when people have this idea of like, I don't need to ponder. I learned everything I needed in primary, and just
Well, those are the foundational principles. Like, if you don't understand those, it's really hard to build off of them, because frankly, it is the simple things like that we build from. I mean, if you don't get those, if you don't understand those, then there's really no place else to go.
I agree with what you're saying.
There's nowhere else to go.
Of course I do.
So you do need those. But you're right, is once you understand those, there's so much meat you can get off of that bone if you're willing to chase after it, and a lot of people don't. They're good with the crumbs.
Well, my point is both sides are correct, right? It's the small and simple things that is the path of salvation. It's the principles and ordinances of the gospel. However, it is also the more intelligence you acquire in this life, the better off you are when you get there. So both. And that's the point I'm trying to make. It's not that the argument is I know what I know. I know everything I need to be saved. I'm not saying that's incorrect. I'm saying that's just part of the story. And you don't, like, the concept of limiting yourself because I'll worry about it later, that's not consistent with the law of eternal progression. So that's the danger, and that's the pet peeve of mine. It's like, I'm not saying you don't have a good base. I'm saying use that as a base and build on it. Okay. 4 angels. What's up? What's the deal with the 4 angels? I always try to do a Seinfeld impression. I can't do it.
It hasn't gotten any worse. I'll say that. It's not any worse than it used to be.
4 angels are sent forth from God, to whom is given power over the 4 parts of the earth, to save life and to destroy. Which is interesting because we like to blame destruction on the devil, that he's the destroyer, but we forget sometimes that God also sends forth destroying angels. So as much as it is God's mission to save, which is his primary purpose for sure, he also has a hand in cleansing and in destruction for the purposes of salvation. And that's just an interesting perspective to keep in mind, that all things happen under God's purview.
Well, this is the parable of the wheat and the tares. You don't clear a field gently. I mean, more or less, you are completely destroying everything in that field in order to harvest that which is good and separate it from that which is
that's
bad,
very profound. That the harvest itself is a destroying act. However,
it is.
It gives life.
That's correct, and it provides an opportunity to store or to bring up those things which are good, those things that proved themselves true and faithful, so to speak. And so, even the parables that Christ used to teach the kingdom of God illustrates a level of destruction that by necessity must occur, right?
Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.